That was because of
An opinion.
And what does her absence mean for the most powerful man in the...
You had evidence already that there were crimes that had been committed.
Yes.
And as I said, this story started on a hunch, really.
The British prosecutors were not the only ones investigating BAE. At a journalism conference, investigators like the Czech Republic.
They go to a country like the Czech Republic, they find out what politicians need to be paid and how much, and they don't just offer it to the government in place right now. They offer it across the whole political spectrum.
And they found evidence of payments in Romania, in Tanzania, and in South Africa, where BAE sold $2 billion of weaponry to the fledgling ANC government.
In the case of South Africa, you have a country that comes out of something like apartheid, and the West hits them with an army.
Yeah.
The headlines this morning: the investigation into Saudi arms dealings by political pressure.
Here in London, BAE was secretly pressuring the British government, sending letters complaining about the Al Yamama investigation.
On quite an early stage, the company made representations that what we were doing was highly injurious to British economic interests, British jobs, to the future of the contract itself.
The pressure escalated to Prime Minister Tony Blair's office by Prince Bandar. With London still on, threatening to cut off cooperation on terrorism if the investigations of Al Yamama continued.
Well, I received a call saying there were concerns. It was plain that
To Saudi Arabia to Wardle's boss, Britain's Attorney General, to get him to drop the investigation.
the expression that, this is going to be people dead on the streets. And don't forget...
There's going to be blood on your hands if you go...
Well, yeah, absolutely. If we go forward with an investigation into these accounts... continue the investigation and risk the damage being done.
Soon after, Prime Minister Blair was at a G8 summit when he was asked about the controversy.
Were you aware that your government was approving payments to a friend? Of President Bush's as part of British Aerospace's kickback system, and is that why you suspended a Ford inquiry?
I'm glad you're answering that question. On the point you asked me, let me make one thing very clear to you. I don't believe the investigation incidentally would have led anywhere. Except to the complete wreckage of a vital strategic relationship for our country in terms of fighting terrorism, in terms of the Middle East, in terms of British interests there. Quite apart from the fact that we would have lost thousands of British jobs. So,
under our rules, it's absolutely outlawed. That is a sin. piece of our convention. Otherwise, our convention doesn't work.
We were all really terrified by this decision. The oldest sometimes not even that.
Despite repeated requests, neither
I don't actually think any of it's got any real substance to it. I think certain groups of people set out to smear the Alabama contract, and I think various people wanted to accuse Margaret Thatcher of corruption.
So it's bias.
Prejudice is the word I would use, not bias. I think bias is a harsh word, and that's the word I think belongs.
When people are saying to us,
Fundamental point about this, there is an agreement. People who make all these comments had never seen the contract.
have you seen this secret agreement, the Alabama contract?
We saw enough of the underlying contractual documentation to satisfy us that we...
So long as the bribe payment is for a corrupt purpose and goes to personally benefit the foreign official, we can and will bring a prosecution.
Is not complete. There are black zones, black holes.
Look, this is black money. The thing about black money is you can